Good afternoon, Peabody Catholic. My name is Father Kevin Lever.
And I am Deacon Dennis.
And against my better judgment, this is...
The Unbelievable Show.
Unbelievable.
So this is just a show where we can just be ourselves, be in front of you, a way to communicate with all of you at home during these rather interesting times. We just wanted an opportunity to just show ourselves.
Although Deacon Dennis just said this is a chance for us to be ourselves, I don't know if they really want me to be myself or if they want me to be the charming, delightful, prayerful person they've always known.
Well, there's a dilemma right there.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know, Rev Kev. What do you want to do?
Let me check here. I guess I'll just roll with it.
Great.
That's what my script says to do.
Yep.
So I'm just going to roll with it.
So the reason why we're doing this is, as has been said a number of times by a number of different people, we're in an unprecedented time. And this calls for just us to be creative in how we do different things now. And especially in a time where it's hard to hear from people, and especially from your church community. Sometimes all we hear from our priests, from our clergy is at Mass, and we want an opportunity to be able to provide something otherwise, to provide something where we can just connect with you in a different way, just to show you what we're doing, to show off what other people might be doing as well.
My goal is to make the people laugh.
That's a great goal, Father Kevin. I don't know if you'll be able to do that, but...
I can hear Kathleen laughing right now.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. So, as Deacon Dennis said, that word that I hate, unprecedented, but these really are unprecedented times. But as Deacon Dennis was speaking, I was thinking he's actually going to have to be very careful with how we proceed with this show, because if Bishop Reed gets a hold of it, we might have the next president of the Catholic TV network.
Oh my goodness! Let's not put any ideas.
He's also a BU alum.
That is correct.
So he might just reel you in. I mean, eventually he's going to have to retire.
That's true, but there are many more qualified people than me.
I don't think so.
Anyway, moving on. So the reason why we're doing this in this specific way is because of a number of reasons. One, several people have actually approached us and said, hey, you guys should do a show. We love the way you two interact. It'll be fun to see it on camera. But the reason why we are actually going forward with this now, so I was speaking to my therapist last week, especially given the state of the pandemic right now and just all the things that have been going on for me personally, and trying to process through everything. She said that a good way for us to proceed, especially for as guys who are very service oriented, is coming up with creative ways to still serve our people, to still connect with our people. And I thought this would be a fun way for us to actually go ahead and do that.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So Father Kevin, one thing people want to know is, how has the pandemic actually affected us? What have been some of the stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly about just our experience of the pandemic so far?
Well, I mean, as many of our viewers know, all 10 of them, I'm a very introverted person. So having this time all to myself has been, a dream.
Do you want to tell them the truth?
I do. So, it's no surprise to anybody that I'm an extrovert. So, not having public masses, not having Sunday masses, not being able to go into Bishop Fenwick and teach and see my class physically, not being able to see the school kids at St. John's running around in the parking lot, just everything in, the blink of an eye was pretty much taken away, it seems. So that's been very hard to adjust to, is how to be a priest, how to minister to God's people virtually. That wasn't a course in the seminary. Mm-hmm. That wasn't anything that we had ever prepared for. So that's been very hard. But St. Paul in his letters, he does say that God makes all things work for the good of those who love God, and just to see the faith that people have. The other day in my homily at Mass, I was mentioning how in England, actually in the UK, a large number of young people are turning to virtual Mass. People who have never physically stepped foot in a church building are starting to watch live stream church services. Here in our country, talking with some of our youth about the fact that they miss Mass, they miss gathering as a family, as a church family, are very edifying things to hear. So the bad of not being able to gather has led to a good of more people are tuning into our daily masses, and please God that when we are allowed to return to our church, we see you there physically. That that hungering we have for the Eucharist will manifest itself being able to receive the Eucharist again. So that's some of the good and bad. I guess the bad and the ugly are kind of the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a really powerful witness, is hearing how people have been turning to the church during this time. And even though we are in a tough situation, there are many blessings that are coming around. So me personally, there's been a lot of change that's been happening for me over these past couple of months. Like I was living in Italy, attending seminary over there, and next thing you know, with the whole situation, we've all been asked to return home. And suddenly, overnight, I had to pack and make my way back to Boston. Was in quarantine for 2 weeks, and then moving to the parish where I am now. And it's been a whirlwind, really, just going from one place to another, having to undergo one quarantine and then another quarantine, and just not really feeling grounded. And that was very tough for me, not being firmly planted, being taken away from one community. And although I'm in a familiar environment and a place where I love, I still have not felt grounded, just because of everything happening so suddenly. And even though it is a familiar place, it's not a familiar situation right now. And so because of that, it's been hard to plant roots. And I'm still a student. I'm still taking classes. And I have to balance that with all the parish responsibilities over here. And I want to put my heart fully into both, but it's very difficult to find the balance. And it took a personal struggle, especially a couple weeks ago, where I was having just an incredibly hard time, feeling like I haven't been able to give my all into anything, feeling like I couldn't be useful, feeling like I didn't have control. And that was just all very, very difficult for me to experience. And luckily I was able to go to therapy, and my therapist was able to work out a lot of these things with me and provide me with different tools I can use to help cope during this time. And praise God that there hasn't been too much affecting me in my life, but obviously seeing the situation at large has been hard. Just seeing people mourning, seeing people in a terrible situation, and also personally coming to grips with my ordination getting delayed, which is hard. Obviously, I want to be a priest. That's the biggest thing on my mind right now. But God has given me an extra 3 months to pray and to wait. So, and there have been blessings in that as well. But there has been a number of difficulties with all this, and I can't even imagine what a lot of you have been going through as well. But that's just been a little bit of our experience here, and I want to echo a lot of what Father Kevin has been saying, and just seeing how parish communities have come together during this time, just the different ways in which people are looking out for each other. I've been just blown away by the mindfulness people have been showing and reaching out to people and showing people love in all different kinds of ways. I've heard about all these drive-by birthday celebrations of people going by people's houses and just giving a little honk just to show their love and appreciation during this time.
Yeah.
And since today, episode 1 is coming at you on May 13th, which happens to be the feast
Eloise's baptism day,
which is also the feast of Our Lady of Fatima.
That too.
That too.
That too.
Which is a beautiful Marian apparition that happened in Fatima in Portugal.
Fatima.
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 In Portugal. Where in the year 1917, Our Lady appeared to 3 children in Fatima, Portugal.
No, she didn't. Our Lady appeared to 3 children in Covadaria, which is a little hamlet outside of Fatima, and the children were from Aljustrel. We say Fatima. Buh.
Anyway, because it's such an important feast day in our church, we want to dedicate our whole project here, the whole Unbelievable show, to Our Lady, under the protection of Our Lady of Fatima.
I like it.
Yeah, we don't want this show to be anything more than it needs to be. We're not here to, we're not here as a pure entertainment. We're not here as a catechetical series. We're not here as anything big. We're just here to be ourselves in front of you, just to connect with you. And we're going to put this under the protection of Our Lady to keep us humble, to make sure that this doesn't become more than it needs to be. Because the most important thing right now is us serving our people. And we don't want anything else to get in the way of this. So we're going to make sure, ask Our Lady to keep it exactly what it's supposed to be, and to allow us to be good instruments to just bring the joy of the gospel to you all.
Amen.
For our release schedule, we're going to be coming at you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So be on the lookout for those. We're going to keep Mondays a bit more catechetical, so to speak. We're going to make Mondays more explicitly something about theology or something about the Catholic faith. On Wednesdays, we're going to do something a bit more random. Who knows? We might spew out random facts. It might be personal trivia, whatever it may be. And then on Fridays, we're going to have fun surprises for you. So stay tuned for those.
I don't.
And we're always looking for suggestions for things to do. So be sure to leave a comment down there and to tell us what you would like us to see you do. If you have any questions you want us to answer, whether they be Catholic, whether they be personal, whatever, just ask your questions and we'll hopefully be able to get to those. And you can always leave suggestions for any fun activities you would like to see us do.
I think he means fun activities you would like to see him do while I narrate.
Sure.
Wasn't there something you said that, like, if we got a certain number of views, I was going to shave your head?
So,
I think the people would love to help me with that project.
So a while ago, Father Kevin, in one of our parish live streams, mentioned that if we had reached a certain number of views, that he would shave my head. So we're going to have it so that if this video gets to 2,000 views, Father Kevin will indeed shave my head.
So I need your help. So that's all the time we have for today. To conclude, to kind of wrap up, Deacon Dennis and I will be doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We just want to be ourselves around you, to do something different than just the live stream mass and the coffee hour on Saturday, to bring a smile to your face, to bring hope and joy in these unprecedented and challenging times, and to have you spread the word that if we get 2,000 views, Dennis's head will be shaved. That's the goal of this show.
So we'll see if that actually happens. But we do want to thank you for taking your time to spend with us. We hope that we can bring a little smile to your face now and in the future. So thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment. What has been your experience during the pandemic, during this time? Feel free to share the ups, the downs, the God moments during this time, and we might even be able to feature them in a future episode. So stay on the lookout for that. So God bless you all, and have an unbelievable day.
Unbelievable.